going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. So, breaking news being reported by Ian Begley, Adrian Wojciechowski, everybody that has to do with this basketball thing. The Spider is not coming to New York, guys. He is not. The Spider has landed in Cleveland. Cleveland Cavaliers have landed a deal with the Utah Jazz to get Donovan Mitchell for 3 unprotected picks. Colin Sexton, Marketing, I believe their first-round draft pick they got this year, and I believe another player. They also swap picks, 2 picks. So also they get together, they've gotten 5 picks, or if you want to count in their first-round pick that they picked this year, that's 6 picks, right? They pulled off a haul, right? Danny Ainge, like a thief in the night, pulled it off. Nobody saw him coming. This is typical Danny Ainge, right? So, are we surprised? Are we shocked? I am, right? I thought Cleveland was done. I thought Cleveland didn't want anything to do with it. But as soon as the Knicks pretty much made that decision that they was going to keep RJ, obviously, Utah went shopping, right? They went shopping with other teams to see exactly what they were looking at, right? You're also hearing that they were also willing to lower their number from 4 unprotected to 3 unprotected picks, and that's what they got from Cleveland, right? At the bottom line, the reality is that the Knicks weren't willing to do it. They weren't, right? So you're going to have some people that's going to say, oh, this is crazy. Donovan Mitchell is 25 years old, 3-time All-Star. So much upside. Then you have the other side that's going to say, hey, look, we weren't willing to give up everything. I mean, they wanted the whole farm. They wanted 4 unprotected from the Knicks, R.J. Barrett, Quentin Grimes, probably Obi Toppin, Evan Fournier, Madison Square Garden. They wanted everything for Donovan Mitchell. Knicks weren't willing to do it. I'm on the fence. I'm like 50-50, but I see both sides of it. But here's what I do know. Leon is on the clock, right? We got to see exactly what he's going to do going forward, because the reality is this. This is what we all, brought Leon in here for. He's an agent, right? Worldwide West and that crew, they were in here to bring in free agents. That's what they were brought here for, right? They pretty much were going to be the guys that were going to get us the players that we need to be contenders. So that's what we were waiting for, right? That's what we had all the picks. We was excited about this. So now going forward, what is he going to do, right? What he's showing me is that he believes in these young guys. Grimes, Obi, IQ, which I do too, right? Of course, they believe in RJ. That's why they gave him the money. But now what do you do with a guy like Julius? What do you do with Fourier? What do you do with a guy like Cam Reddish, who's also come out and stated that he wants to leave New York? He wants a bigger role someplace else. To me, now's the time, if there was ever a time, to play the young guys. You got to play them. You got to play them now. Listen, you made a decision that they were too good. The picks were too important to give up everything for Donovan Mitchell, right? So that's what you're saying. So now you have to put your money where your mouth is and your investments and all that. So now you got to play these guys. You got to tell Tibbs, who's your boy, you got to play these guys. I don't care what you do, you got to play them. And most importantly, this will be at the top of my list. Randall's got to go. Okay, listen, I love Randall. I love what he gave us that 1 year. I like his productivity at times. But this is not the city for him. And he's kind of blocking the way, believe it or not, for a person like Obi to develop. That's what has to happen. Obi needs his minutes to develop and pretty much, show his talent, which I think he has. Of course, he has to develop, right? He has to get used to it. Randall's a better player now than Obi. We know that. But he's also older, right? He's got about 4 or 5 years on Obi. So he's been in the league longer. So, he got his shot, right? He got his shot and he got his money from us, right? He pulled off a heist from us, right? So I think it's time. I think it's time to give these guys more minutes. Also, too, try to shop up or get a deal together, get Fourier out of here, right? To give these guys more minutes. Grimes, Reddish, IQ, Obi, Get a couple of other guys in here to back those guys up, and let's take it from there. You still got the picks. You can still use them to possibly get another free agent in here if you can, or maybe someone for next year's free agency time, or maybe someone coming out in the draft. Got a lot of draft picks coming out next year. Like I said, the kid from Duke, Whitehead, was a big guard, about 6'6", 6'7". He's a player, right? So hopefully he could probably be up there to get him in the draft, right? So there's a lot of different ways the Knicks could go here, right? A lot of different ways, right? But the flip side to it is we need a star. Mitchell was there. He wanted to come back home. He wanted to come back to New York. He was making it clear, going to the Mets games, being at Dyckman Park, Rucker Park. He was all over the place in the city, right? So he was making it clear he wants to come home, right? So, your job was to bring a star in here, and you kind of dropped the ball with that. But I understand it. I see why they didn't pull the trigger, right? They wanted too much. And I was not willing to give up everything, including Madison Square Garden, including Rucker Park, including Dyckman, everything for Donovan Mitchell. I just wasn't willing to do it, So it's understandable, but Danny Ainge being Danny Ainge, like a thief of the night, pulled off a big deal and got a lot for Donovan Mitchell from Cleveland. So going forward, Leon's on the clock. We'll see what happens. But, that's my show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right? Also, too, please leave comments so we can go back and forth and debate. All right? I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out. Peace.